Hi everyone, welcome to the material for Dell TOEFL preparation, and this video will be talking about listening comprehension in part A. Specifically, we'll be discussing about listening for uncertainty, suggestion, and expressions of surprise. So there will be three mini topics that we will discuss today. So let's have a look at the materials one by one. So the introduction for the material today is, expressions of certainty, suggestions, and expressions of surprise are quite common in listening part A. And sometimes I would say for certainty or uncertainty, speakers may be a bit confused, to decide the answer. Okay, so for expressions of certainty, the speaker's response would be about his or her opinion or thought, because he is not certain, so he's only giving his thought of something. And then for expressions of suggestion, I think this one is quite easy. The speaker suggests something in response to the first speaker's statement. And then for the expressions of surprise, it implies that the speaker did not expect something to be true. So the first statement was the statement of the second speaker was actually something that is not expected before. Okay, so that's the introduction for the material. So now we'll be looking at the examples, some of the examples of expressions. So the first one is for uncertainty. So the very most common expressions for uncertainty is by using what we call as question tag or tag question in different books. Okay, so the examples are isn't it, are we, didn't they, all of those expressions. When you hear that kind of expressions in the listening comprehension, then that indicates that the speaker is actually not certain about the answer. Okay, so for example, we have class at 7, don't we? Okay, so that indicates that you're actually not certain whether we actually have class at 7 or not. Okay, but that is your opinion about the statement, but you are not sure of it. And then the other one is you can say as far as I know, okay, and then as far as I can tell or as far as I concern. Okay, so all of these expression indicates the expressions of uncertainty, meaning that you're not certain with the answer. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second one is using the examples of suggestions. There are two that I list over here, which the first one is why don't, and the second one is let's. So if you want to suggest something, then you suggest why don't we do this or let's do that. Okay, so this I think is quite common expression, so I don't think this is going to be difficult for you to understand. And the last one is expressions of surprise. And the expressions of surprise are usually indicated by emphasizing the verb of the sentence. So for example, when I say, oh, so you can play badminton. Okay, so when I say it, I actually emphasize it. Yeah. So the speakers in the conversation also will do the same thing like what I did just now. So the speaker will actually emphasize the verb of the statement. Okay, so for example like this, so you can play badminton. So that means I thought you actually cannot play badminton. Or same thing like, so you did come to the party, or so you did come because I thought, pardon over here, because I thought you didn't come to the party, for example. Okay, so when I give the stress to the word did and can, that means I indicate that that indicates that I actually feel surprised with the fact that you are the fact of the statement, because I thought the other way around. Okay, so that's the example of the use of expressions of surprise. So now we'll be looking at the strategies. So let us look at the strategy. Let us look at the strategy one by one. So for the first one is uncertainty. There's an example over here. between the conversation between man and woman. The keyword that I want you to look at when there's a question about uncertainty, when someone say, as far as I know, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I believe, or isn't it, does it, something like that, then the keyword in the options are usually talking about using I think or in my opinion. Okay, so the easiest way to identify the answer will be that. So for example, do you know anything about the final test for the English literature subject? As far as I know, we'll be asked to write a one-page essay. So what does the woman mean? So there are some options over here, as you can see. So when someone say, as far as I know, we'll be asked to write a one-page essay, then that means as far as then that means the woman thinks that they will write down a one-page essay, okay, or they will write down an essay. So what do you think will be the same restatement or same sentence as what I have just said? Okay, so let's see the options over here. So she thinks they will have an essay writing. Think this one is indicating the answer. That's actually we already find the answer, but well, let's see the other one. She is positive about the English literature subject. It doesn't say her attitude about it. She has no idea about the final test. She has an idea. That's why she say, as far as I know. She thinks that the test will be hard. No, it doesn't say anything about whether it's hard or it's going to be hard or not. So the best answer to this question will be A. Okay, so we say she thinks that they will have an essay writing, because obviously one page essay is going to be this, and as far as I know is indicated with the word thinks. Okay, so the best answer for this statement will be A. Next, we'll move on to the second one, which is about the suggestion. So very easily, you can find out the expressions of suggestion in the statement of why not or let's do something. So the example over here, it says, why I will do the dishes after I get back from the shop. Why not doing it now? So the woman suggests to do the dishes now. Okay, so the woman suggests the man to do the dishes now. So the other word to say that will be, let's see the options. She asked the man what he is doing now. She suggests that the man do the chores now. She will do the dishes for the man, and she doesn't want to do anything. So the best statement to this to the word why not doing it now is actually B. She suggests that the man do the chores now, because he said why not doing it now. It doesn't mean that he offers the job, or it doesn't say anything about she doesn't want to do it, but she suggests that the man needs to do the dishes right now. Okay, so the best answer to that will be Bruffle. And for the last one, for the expressions of surprise, it says something about emphasizing the verb. So have a look over here. I just got 600 in TOEFL test. So you did pass, because what I thought you would have would be, I thought that you will not pass. That's pretty much what the woman thinks. Okay. So what does the woman mean? So A, that the man had not passed the test. B, that the man would pass the test easily. That the man had already passed. That it is not a surprise if the man passed. Okay, so the best answer to this question is actually that the man had not passed. Because he said, so you did pass, because I thought that you hadn't passed the test. And that will bring me to the end of the discussion for listening for uncertainty, suggestion, and expressions of surprise. Thank you very much, everyone. Goodbye.